thy knife cleave me severed.
Could Dune be a successful anime? Denis Villeneuve, the director of Dune, has discussed the prospect of translating the tale into an anime. In an interview, he stated that the setting and characters of Dune would be ideal for animation, and that the plot might reach new heights in this medium. It could very well have its place among greats like Death Note, AOT, and One Piece, as fans have revered anime to be the solution of moving beyond the restrictions of film. Successful anime adaptations of movies. The directors of The Matrix, starring Keanu Reeves, made a similar gamble of transitioning into the anime world, and they made a whopping $68 million in revenue with its anime adaptation called The Animatrix, and it received positive reviews from critics, with an approval rating of 89% on Rotten Tomatoes.
The Matrix.
The Matrix changed my life, and then over these years, it's changed so many other people's lives.
Helen McCarthy, in 500 Essential Anime Movies, further stated that, unlike many heavily promoted franchise movies, it justifies its hype. The same goes for Pacific Rim. The Black, an anime adaptation of Pacific Rim, with the storyline focusing on siblings who pilot a Jaeger to find their missing parents. Both adaptations met substantial success, whilst steering clear from genre alignment issue and faithfulness to source material. Some fans stated that Western style will best fit Dune's storyline, while others defended the Japanese way of doing things. But one of the main determiners is the genre on which it will thrive on. In movie terms, Dune falls into the main genres of science fiction, fantasy, action, and drama. And within the anime landscape, Attack on Titan is a great example of action. The fast-paced fights and rich characters make the anime more intriguing. Dune could very well mimic the in-depth detail of its power struggles, personal sacrifice, and intense character development of AOT. You might have been thinking it could have potential as a harem, like the majority of new isekai coming out, but Dune is not an isekai. In the movie, Paul chose to showcase his intentions of marrying the Emperor's daughter, and while harem is known to be associated with power, the Freeman culture does not support the concept of a harem, nor does the High Council. So no harem, guys. Faithfulness to the source material. What fans care about most is faithfulness to the source material, a critical aspect for any adaptation. The Dune film and novel exhibit notable differences despite the film's efforts to stay true to Frank Herbert's vision. In the novel, Paul Atreides' journey is deeply introspective, with much of the narrative driven by his internal monologue and complex thoughts about destiny, politics, and survival. The film, while visually stunning, often condenses or omits these introspective moments to maintain pacing and cinematic flow. Additionally, certain characters and subplots receive more attention in the novel. For example, Dr. Yue's betrayal and motivations are explored in greater depth in the book.
I jammed their comms and lowered their shields. I delivered the Duke and his family,
providing a richer context to his actions. The transition would prove to be more flexible, by providing the ability to expand by including many of the omitted parts. This gives enough room to focus on character development and the overall depth of the novel. Dragon Ball Evolution is a good example of unfaithfulness to source material. The film's narrative and characterizations did not capture the essence of the original series. Many fans felt that the film failed to embody the adventurous spirit and stylistic elements that made Dragon Ball beloved. If Dune is to succeed, the directors must stay true to the material. The same principle applies to liking and subscribing to our channel. It will go a long way in supporting us. Starting the anime. A good start for Dune anime would be from the beginning, sort of like what Attack on Titan did with Eren Yeager, Mikasa, and Armin. The slow build-up of characters' beginnings would play out immensely in their favor. Remember the scene in Dune where Paul's father, Duke Leto Atreides, took him to their family graveyard? They could start by exploring the early years of Paul, and could even slowly reveal the earlier days of the members of House Atreides.
Grandfather said, "A great man doesn't seek to lead. He's called to it, and he answers. And if your answer is no, you'll still be the only thing I ever needed you to be. My son."
From this angle, it adds depth and mysteries as to how each house was born. They could also show us the earlier connection between the Harkonnen and House Atreides, as to figuring out what made them turn against each other as seen in the film. The directors could also choose to stay committed to the movie and reenact the scenes in the form of animations. Either way, the start is the most important part, as it sets the pace for the entire anime. Enhanced storytelling through anime. Key scenes such as the Battle of Arrakeen and the Water of Life ceremony would greatly benefit from the anime's dynamic and expressive animation. Take a look at the fight between Satoru Gojo versus Toji Fushiguro in Jujutsu Kaisen. The vivid, fast-paced movements that came with the animation could further add more creativity to Dune's fight scenes. Imagine watching Paul Atreides combating Fade Rotha with such speed and power, along with his newly awakened Freeman eyes, in the form of anime. What is even better is taking cues from the politically rich drama Vinland Saga, especially in the scene where Askeladd beheaded King Sven Forkbeard. If you watched it, you would remember the intensity of the situation that prompted such an unexpected outcome. Part 3 of Dune will include conflicts and frequent political rivalry, as Paul confronts new opponents. We hope the expected adaptation maintains the same degree of intensity as previously described. Unique visual styles. As Paul's prophetic vision gradually grows stronger throughout the movie, reflecting his escalating inner conflicts, the intense introspection and haunting imagery of Neon Genesis Evangelion, particularly in scenes like Shinji's struggle during the Human Instrumentality Project, could best showcase these elements. The detailed dystopian world-building of Akira serves as an excellent precedent for depicting the huge and complicated cosmos of Dune. Meanwhile, Studio Ghibli's combination of reality and fantasy, such as the gorgeous vistas and emotional depth in Princess Mononoke, might perfectly portray Arrakis's mystical and environmental qualities. Through the use of descriptive writing, the readers of the novel were able to dive deeply into Paul's brain and experience his prophetic visions as well as the weight of his fate. For example, in a crucial scene, Paul experiences a vision of a golden path stretching out before him, symbolizing his potential future as a god emperor, and the immense burden of prescience he carries. The rich, descriptive world building in the novel can be enhanced by immersive animation styles found in Fate, creating the vision of the universe Herbert envisioned. Soundtrack. The correct soundtrack can move mountains when used correctly. We all vividly remember Pain's character song from Naruto Shippuden, and how we can never forget the speech he made before the monumental "This world shall know Pain" moment. The music has that power to amplify emotions and make scenes unforgettable. When it comes to anime music, Project Jam is renowned for creating powerful theme songs that really amp up the storytelling. They've worked on some big-name animes like Super Robot Wars, One Punch Man, and Garou: Mark of the Wolves, with the lyrics that hit home.
Almighty push!
Imagine if Dune got the anime treatment. Teaming up with Project Jam could give it a soundtrack that captures the vivid scale and emotional highs of the story. So what about character design? Paul Atreides has the potential to look like Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, only this time with dark hair. The animation studio that could work on Dune is a key factor in its success, and Production IG has a number of OP titles under its sleeve that gives them a 10 out of 10 in the possibility scale. If they were tasked with animating the characters of Dune, they would likely bring their expertise in creating visually striking and dynamic characters, as seen in AOT and Haikyuu, just to name a few. Streaming services. Securing the right streaming platform for Dune is crucial for its success. A platform like Netflix would be a good option, even though Amazon Prime and Crunchyroll exist. Netflix has adapted Castlevania and The Witcher effectively, gaining audiences worldwide. Given Dune's broad appeal, choosing the right platform could greatly increase its visibility and audience engagement on a global scale. However, there are challenges in navigating licensing and adaptation. A disappointing example would be Netflix's adaptation of Death Note, which received criticism for straying from the original story and cultural context. This shows the importance of honoring the core themes and narrative of Dune to satisfy existing fans while capturing the interest of new ones.